This is a really special day. This is a really big day. We've been working on this project for 3.5 years, but it's been something that's been building and in the making for thousands of years. So this is a really exciting thing. You guys are part of this story. So we're so excited that you guys are here and can join us on this beautiful day, even though we just had 50-mile-an-hour winds a day and a half ago and no electricity. So this is perfect. We got really lucky. So we just want to thank you guys all for being here, share our love and appreciation with you. And we would love if you would stand with us for our land acknowledgement and for our Pledge of Allegiance. So our flag's right here. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys. So we're going to be reading our land acknowledgement, and I'm going to introduce my wonderful supervisor, Kim Bozell. So Ms. Kim is the administrator for the Natural Areas Division, and she's our fearless leader who cares very, very much about her job and the animals and people that she protects. So welcome her up.
Good morning, everyone. So we would like to gratefully acknowledge the Fernandeño-Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, the indigenous peoples on whose ancestral lands we gather. We celebrate their past, present, and future contributions of cultural stewardship, traditional ecological knowledge, and preservation of this beautiful land. The village of Mapipinga, known today as Vasquez Rocks. Through countless generations of careful land management, we are able to see the ecosystem of this ancestral village continue to thrive. We celebrate and elevate the voices of the Tataviam and invite you to learn more about the history of this land and her people. May all who visit find this sacred land a place of peace, enjoyment, and connection. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. And with that, we're going to welcome up representatives from the Fernandeño-Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. And these guys give them major props. They had our big annual fundraiser in Gala last night, so they look fresh as a daisy today. Don't they look beautiful? So feel free to really enjoy this. You guys are welcome to take pictures and video. They're going to share a really great blessing with us, and they've been here with us every step of the way. Rudy's dad, Rudy Sr., the tribal president decades and decades before, was here at Vasquez Rocks and the village of Mapipinga for various things from the beginning, when we had powwows and when we broke ground on our building and everything in between. So welcome them up, and we'll enjoy a nice presentation.
Well, good morning, everyone. In our language, Hamina Netawan Tomi Arpasigutam Tataviatam Mark V. Senior Atawan. Say hello, everyone. My name is Rudy Ortega Jr. I'm the tribal president of the Fernandeño-Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, and I'm with my cousin Mark V. Senior here, who's the vice president of our tribe. And we'll open up with some songs. We're going to sing Bighorn Sheep Song. It's a Serrano song that's shared through a lot of the Tactic Serrano speakers, which is our tribe as well, the Tataviam people. And after that, we're going to sing a bird song just to get things going and lively as well. So I'm going to have Mark lead the song. He's our lead singer. Pato quinai va ya webanai va melo. 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 Pato quinai va ya webanai va melo.
Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa, Ale namale betona Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa, Ale namale betona Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa, Ale namale betona Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa, Ale namale betona Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa, Ale namale betona Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa, Ale namale betona Isa, 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 Ale namale betona Isa. Aha, 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 aha.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark and Rudy. You guys are amazing, and they've been so amazing with so much of their tribal family and staff over the last few years, helping us with all of the amazing things in this project that Miss Norma is going to talk about a little bit too. But it's been such a wonderfully collaborative project, and for the first time in hundreds of years, we have Fernandeño-Tataviam language on signs, we have place names, we have descriptions of our trail of ancestors. Every trail either has a Tataviam name, a Fernandeño-Tataviam name, or it's translated from the English into Tataviam. So we hope that's something that we can continue to carry out through the park, through the rest of our parks on this beautiful ancestral land that we're on. So we're really grateful for your guys' support and bearing with us. I know you guys are some of the busiest people I know, and they always make time for us and are really amazing to work with. So we're really, really thankful. So speaking of busy ladies, I want to introduce you guys to our fearless leader, Miss Norma Garcia-Gonzalez, who is the director of the Department of Parks and Recreation. So she wears many hats, not least of which is mom, director, auntie, all kinds of things that she does. And she's really the one that had the faith in us to do this and saw the need and really allocated these much needed resources when she had a million other things going on too that she has to juggle. So we're really grateful, and I'd like you to welcome up Miss Garcia to the stage.
Good morning, and thank you so much, Rudy. That was so beautiful. I have notes, but I want to share a little bit of how this project started. First, we have been really soul-searching deeply about how do we steward our lands and be honest and transparent about the histories of our lands. And this for us is an acknowledgement that while we are so incredibly blessed and honored to steward the lands in partnership with the Tataviam, there's histories of our lands that we haven't necessarily told. And one day, as a mom, I came to Vasquez Rocks during the pandemic, and there was 400 people, and you saw the rocks. It was almost like ants, kids, and everybody crawling over. And it's wonderful that during the pandemic, many children and families discovered our parks and nature. But it was also a missed opportunity because kids were running through Vasquez Rocks without stopping to acknowledge that these are ancestral lands, to understand its history, to understand its significance. And at that point, I realized that we as co-stewards of Vasquez Rocks were failing our children and our families to tell our stories. And so we came together And we said, Kim, I want to acknowledge your leadership, Hugo, Sarah, your leadership, and saying this is not our story to tell. We have to partner with the Tataviam to say, do you give us permission to partner with you and tell the story? So that if we do have 400 children and families coming to this place, they understand its history. And we're enriching them more about the majestic place of these rocks and its history. So that is how this project began. And when I'm so excited that we explored deeper what it is to be a welcoming place. And for me, I'm emotional because this was our first, this is where we're starting this first. And we hope that we get to do this with every one of our facilities. There are stories that we haven't told. We haven't told all the truth. We haven't asked permission to share those stories. And we haven't partnered to say, this is not our story to tell. This is your story. And how do we lift? How do we partner to tell and share the histories? So I'm very excited because also, history, in our history books, we haven't told all the correct history. And I'll just say, Tiburcio Vasquez. Everyone called him a bandit. There is aspects of his story that is a bandit. But he was a Robin Hood to people who were poor and were disenfranchised. And so this is for me also very important to really look at our histories, looking who told the stories, and thinking about that inclusive narrative that we tell. But this was a labor of love. When we started the project, we said we don't have the money, but we're going to find the money. And so I know Supervisor Barger couldn't be here today, but she was a strong supporter to say, let's use your salary savings during the pandemic and allocate it towards this project. And our staff were courageous enough to say, we're going to take this on. And the partnership was really extraordinary. But I'm going to mention that there are many new features. If you were here before the signs, where we had about 30, 40 different types of signs. They were all ranged for the last 50 years. Some were some color, the others were another color, and a lot of them were donated. And so this is also an opportunity to really provide the public who welcomes here an understanding of how to experience the majestic Vasquez Rocks, not just to understand its history, but also to navigate and be welcomed in multiple languages. And how beautiful is that? That on this ancestral lands, we are now opening the doors wider to diversity and being a welcoming space. So I'm very excited about that. I want to just do many more thank yous. Acknowledge the Fernandeño-Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, the design consultant, Hunt Design. We also partnered with the Conservation Corps. Every part was thoughtful. We wanted to partner with at-risk youth so that they also, from this community, can take part in the building and sharing of that. Our natural area volunteers, all our docents. I hear you spent many hours and many writing and having conversations about the signage. Our community naturalists and our photographers all donated as well. Our ecological and cultural history experts. The Bruce Evans Sign Shop for the county, and Sarah, Michelle, Jeremy, Natasha, Brian, the natural areas. It took a village to get this done. And so the exciting part is that I hope for generations to come, we are sharing what this beautiful place means, the history. We are welcoming everybody, and we're helping people to navigate. One last aspect that Sarah will tell you, in the last couple of years, we've had to close Vasquez Rocks when there is deep heat and it's really hot. And the side to that is that we have to do many rescues here. People dehydrate here because they get lost. So I think another aspect of having signage, of being welcoming, of being transparent and telling its history, we're also saying we care about your well-being. Here's how to navigate this beautiful place so that you are safe. So the signage program is really deep. It's beautiful, but there are a lot of wonderful opportunities to just welcome people to Vasquez Rocks. Thank you all who contributed. I am deeply grateful. And we know that we might have not gotten it perfect, and this is just a start. But we are continuing with Eaton Canyon, San Dimas. We're going through many of our facilities and redoing what we did here. So thank you for allowing us here to be the pilot. And we hope that we can partner with many more communities to do this at many other parks. Just congratulations to all of us. May we continue to enjoy this beautiful and majestic place. And thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much, Miss Norma, and thank you for believing in us. And like she said, she came out with her family and saw a need, and she said, hey, I'd like for you guys to put together, a proposal, throw me some ideas, and it just took off running from there. And all of us, we've been working on this for quite a while. It was a huge project. This park's nearly 1,000 acres. And we have a lot of firsts in the county. This was the first site that we became an LA County park on August 1st, 1964. So this is great that this is our 60th year as a county park. But during that time, a lot of our history was excluded, and a lot of the stories of thousands of years and countless generations of families who lived here before were talked about, but either talked about incorrectly or not consulted with actual tribal family members. So we're just really thankful to have had the chance to do this and have everybody be so kind and patient with us through this whole process. So having this place be safer, more easily enjoyable, not needing helicopter rescues as often. We went 6 months. We unfortunately had a lady break her ankle the other day, but nothing to do with signage or anything. She was on trail. She was doing the right thing and she slid. But we went 6 months without a rescue, which has never happened. I'm 36 years old. I've been coming here my whole life, volunteering since I was about 6. I've never seen that in my life. So for the first time, it's a place where I think people can really feel confident and secure exploring this amazing, really vast, drastic place that has these formations that are hundreds of feet, but can be a little, tough to navigate if you don't know where you're going. So we're just really thankful. And I'd love to open it up to one of our tribal family members once again. If Rudy, Mark, Pamela, Bernice, anybody wants to say a few words before we close. This is Tribal President Rudy Ortega Jr. Thanks for coming up, Rudy.
I was looking around, everyone's turning around the other direction, so I guess I had to come back up. No, this is really remarkable to see that relationship with the county, and I know the Director Garcia-Gonzalez, has come to our office and talked about other partnerships, and what she had mentioned is truly remarkable because she wants to extend this relationship, not just with my tribe, the Fernandeño-Tataviam people, but also too with the Gabrielinos, who share the county spaces and county parks that are in their ancestral territories as well. So it's meaningful in the sense that we're telling the story that hasn't been told. And much of it is still a struggle for us as tribal people who come from tribes that are not federally recognized, that needs that mark to be exposed and knowledge of our sovereignty. And today we still struggle with that with California. Today we're challenged by California state as our status as a non-federally recognized tribe. And how do we operate and do business in the state of California, a state that we were first of before it became California? And so those challenges are still in front of us. So having this relationship with the County of Los Angeles is remarkable, as I said. It is a place that we now, the children and generations that come, even for our people, will learn their history, because that's storytelling, not just on the walls, but continues on through many generations. And those that you come as visitors, you're able to learn of our histories as well. So we're happy to share it that way. And this way you can hear of our stories and our songs through these signages. So it's a lot. And it's a way to bring language back, because our language disappeared. My great-grandfather was the last one to fully speak our native language. And today we only have fragments of words that we can use and share and say hello and greet one another and even say goodbye. But now we want to expand it further. So thank you again, County, Norma, everyone else that helped out, the relationships. It's been grateful. Sarah, as always, she's makes me age more because I remember I used to come out and there was this little 6-year-old girl running around with her dad as we come up here and visit with my dad. And she remembered all these stories. I'm like, how did she remember all that stuff? I was like, oh yeah, she was there. So she loves Vasquez Rocks deeply. So thank you again all.
I want to acknowledge a couple other folks that joined us here today. One of our amazing tribal elders too, Miss Bernice. I always have to make her say hello. This is a amazing woman, and she gives the best hugs ever. So I don't recommend going and hugging people you don't know, but I'm going to give Miss Bernice a big hug. We also are really excited to have from the Board of Supervisor's office, Deanne Bobliss. So we're really glad you can make it with us today. Our commissioner, and then it's first time to meet you here, and she's come here before with your family, I believe, right? Oh, yeah. So you'll have to explore all the new signs, which is very exciting. So those of you who have been here before the signs and after, I think you guys will be really pleasantly pleased with everything. I also want to shout out this beautiful lady in the back, Jen. Jen Hunt, she probably knew I was going to do this. Jen was our designer, and she also did our interpretive center. So she's put up with a lot with us. You guys know there's a lot of collaboration, a lot of back and forth communication, tweaking this, tweaking that. So just thank you to Jen from the bottom of our hearts. We love you. We'll see what the next project is in, a few years. And then we also have, real quick, Michelle Montano, who's here. She was with us in the county, and now she's working, doing great things with LA Unified School District. So she's hiding. There she is, Dodger fan. So we're really glad that you came back, and we appreciate everything you did with us here in this park. Thank you guys so much for coming. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you soon.